Hello there. I am live. My phone is telling me I'm live. Welcome, welcome. Rod is here from Brazil. Mega is here from India. Let's just adjust this a little bit. How's that? How's that? And Amina is here from Canada. She's an early bird, she says. Nico is here from Hungary. Welcome. I hope, Amina, you had a nice Canada Day a couple days ago. It is 4th of July here. I'm in front of my garage, but it's actually turned out to be a beautiful day. It wasn't supposed to be beautiful. When I woke up this morning, it was cloudy, it was overcast. Sometimes we say that when it's a little cloudy, just you can't really see the sun. It's overcast. Mega says that India will be celebrating their independence, 1947. They do it on August 15th. Namia is here. Welcome. Mirza is here. Lila is here. Welcome. Dwayne's back. Dwayne is back, and he has an important question. So the way this works is that I will be here for an hour. I've been an English teacher in the US for about 20 years now. So I know a lot of things. I don't know everything about English, but I will do my best to answer your questions. You can just fire them through in the chat. If I miss it, I'm sorry. Ask it again, but I promise I will not skip it. I will not skip it. Naima, Mirza, Lila, Henry, what's going on? How is Indonesia today? Am I allowed to go to the bathroom and skip a few minutes? I'm gonna think about that. Maybe, Dwayne, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, one time. How about that? In the hour. Just one time, Dwayne. Just one time. Vladimir is here. Welcome. Miho from Japan. Welcome. Welcome. And Dwayne, you don't need to tell us when you leave to go to the bathroom. Just go. Try to hurry. Wash your hands. And then come back. And then come back. All right. Yes, Megan and I were talking before the chat started, and it is Independence Day in the United States. July 4th, 1776 is when the US says they declared their independence from Great Britain. India, so it must be August 15th, 1947. They declared their independence from Great Britain. I don't think we have any people in the chat from Great Britain, so we can gloat or we can brag about how we defeated the British. It's my neighbor there. It's Craig. He's a good guy. So now that we've talked about how the chat goes, just in case there are new people, but I think I recognize all the names in here already. So maybe there is nobody new. And let's just get on with it. Let's just start answering questions. Amina, thank you so much for becoming a member. She is wondering, what does feed the fire mean? So it is an idiom, but we can actually connect it. Here's some voices over there. But we can actually connect it to something literal. So feed the fire. Let's say there is some kind of conflict. Let's say there is some kind of argument, and we can call that the fire. So there's a little argument brewing, maybe between two friends. And if another friend comes over, and sometimes we say stoke the fire too, stoke the fire. That just means they want them to fight, so they might be encouraging that argument to start up. They are feeding the fire. They're not trying to stop it. They want to see those two friends fight. Or maybe they're not friends. Those two people fight. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Rod from Brazil. Mirza may be new, so I hope that makes sense. So just ask the questions in the chat. We never have more than 30 or 40 people in here, so most of the time I can handle the chat. I can handle it. But again, if I miss it, Lila. Oh, and my neighbor is mowing the lawn. I hope that's not too distracting. It can get a little loud. Good morning, Lila. I hope everything is well. Lila. Vladimir. Oh. Whoa. A lot of questions in here. Oh yeah, I have, as I tan, who was it? Lila said that. As I tan, I sometimes get more freckles. And Jamie does too. Jamie has some freckles. Luke is here from Poland. Welcome. Welcome. Yes, Miho put up some great food. I asked a question on the Facebook page. There's a link in the bottom if you would like to join. And I asked, what country are you from? And then what is your favorite food from that country? And Miho said sushi. And I love sushi, but I don't like the raw fish. And I know there's acid that will not make you sick in the sushi, but most of the time I like just vegetable sushi. But oh, it is good. It is good. Aniko is wondering, what are you doing today? Anything special? Well, you may have seen in the news that the virus is kind of raging all across the United States. Where I live, luckily, not bad, not bad. But most people are not really celebrating today. My town and the town next to my town usually has a fireworks show. But that's not happening. In the fireworks show, if you remember in the video that I made about the river, the fireworks are lit off over that river. But because we don't want any social gatherings, we don't want a lot of people together, those have been canceled this year. So I may go up to my brother's house. He has a pool. It's not exactly hot out today. I hope that the neighbor is way down there, but it seems quite loud. I'm a little distracted. Mirza. Whoa. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, sorry, Henry. Sorry, Henry. Do you say I sunburn easily? That is the perfect way to say that. Some people, if they have fair skin, they sunburn easily. I believe Bob the Canadian, yes, he was talking about this yesterday with his summer lesson. And that is the best way to say it. I sunburn easily. So if your skin is lighter, you may need to put on or rub in sun lotion. No, not sun lotion. Sunscreen. Sunscreen. Yeah, screen, like to block the sun, or sunblock. We sometimes call it sunblock. Yeah. All right, Mirza. Sir, can you please clear my stupid doubt? Well, as someone said yesterday, I thought it was Sobeda. I just saw Sobeda. But somebody said, never feel badly about your English. You're doing the right thing. You're here. You're trying to become better. You're putting in that time. English is tough. Learning any new language is difficult. So never feel bad. I have a doubt between could and would. You know what? If you come back to this channel at noon, I made a video about could, would, and should. But really quickly, could comes from can. So I can do this. I can speak English. I say in the video, I can speak English. But you know, when you're learning a new language and your brain might be a little tired at the end of the day, you might say, I could speak English, but my brain is too tired. So could means you can do it, but there's some reason that you can't right now. And then would, it comes from will. So meaning like, I will do this, but there's a problem. Yeah, I would go to the beach today, but it's a little cold. I hope that helps, but stick around for the video in about 2 hours and I talk about it more. What is this? Is there a, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of this guy. Yeah, bye-bye. Bye-bye, whatever your name is. Memelusa. You're out of here. Blocked. And Rod, don't feel, if you see that, kick him out. Don't worry about it. The next question. I hope that helps with the would and the should and the could. But I have a video coming out after this. Lila, I saw this question a while ago. I'm sorry. I will try to get quicker at the questions. Can we say a horrible horror movie? Yes, you can. So a horror movie is a movie that is meant to be scary, a horror movie. And if it's horrible, it's really bad. And in my opinion, most horror movies are pretty horrible. And I don't know if the two terms are related. I suppose they could be, but you can say that. Both could be true. Fatima, how are you? From Morocco. Oh, Dwayne, thank you. Look at, as soon as I go live, everybody's out mowing their lawn. It's a holiday today, 4th of July. Take the day off. Aroni is here. Benvenuto. William is here. William is speaking a little Italian in the chat. Welcome, sir. Yes, Aniko, I'm going to try to ask more of those questions. Aniko, if you have a question, put a question up. I would love to hear it. The Facebook group is great. Some people have found language partners in there. There is a link in the description if you would like to join. Oh, Aniko says that she doesn't watch the news. I think that's a good idea. I have stopped watching the news as well. So often there's just bad news on the news. Where's the good news? Just bad news. Lila is wondering, how is the situation over there with the coronavirus? Is it still spreading fast? Yeah, it is. In my state, we have about 1 million people in my state, and I think we have the sixth fewest cases. So in my state, to be honest, it's really not that bad. The restaurants are open. I can go inside and eat in a restaurant if I want to. So not too bad where I am, but in the South. And I think Jamie and I will make a video because she was supposed to go to Alabama to visit her mom this past Wednesday. She had plane tickets and everything. I didn't go live on, or did I end up going live on Wednesday? I wasn't going to go live on Wednesday because I was taking her down to the airport. Ace, she was going to go with my son. And then it was canceled because there are so many coronavirus cases in Alabama. The southern part of the United States. Rod. I'm sorry, I thought I explained white noise well. Maybe I did not, because I have had a couple questions about white noise. White noise. That lawnmower can kind of be called white noise if you can hear it. It's a constant, continuous noise that doesn't get any higher, doesn't get any lower. And I don't have it with me. We have a box fan. I put a picture of it on that video and it just runs. Our air conditioner just runs. And so it's nice to sleep with that white noise. It's a little embarrassing for my kids, but when we go to a hotel room, we carry a fan right through the lobby to check in. We have a fan, we have our luggage, and then oftentimes the receptionist, that's the person who takes your reservation at the hotel, he or she will often say, "Oh, we have air conditioning. You don't need your fan." Like, well, we do, because that's how we sleep. You don't hear a lot of other noise. All right. Alex. No. Alex, welcome. Jai, welcome. No, just put it in the chat and I will get to it. Sorry to shake the camera. I will get to it. I will get to it. Sunshine, welcome from Armenia. I did a little research on Armenia yesterday. I didn't realize. Possibly, the first Christian country. And I like those steps. Yerevan, I believe, is the capital. Those steps in the capital of Armenia. A lot of mountains. I need to visit Armenia one day. I hope I can. Naima. All right. What is the difference between coming out and coming up? Coming up usually has something to do with time. Maybe you have a doctor's appointment coming up. Maybe it's Monday, but your appointment is on Friday. You could say to your friend, "Oh, I have an appointment coming up," meaning in the future, not too long in the future, pretty close. And coming out, you could talk about the sun, and maybe it is behind a cloud, but then it is coming out from behind that cloud. All right, little prepositional phrase in there that might be a little difficult. And coming out often has to do with if somebody is gay or homosexual, they could be in the closet, meaning they haven't told anybody. But when they come out, it means they're letting everybody know, "Hey, I'm gay." So that coming out, you will hear that a lot. All right. What is going on? Hello. I don't know. Is there Adironi in here? I haven't seen him. And if I happen to miss your question, I'm sorry. Ask it again. Zobeda is here. Oh no, I saw grammar in her question. Sometimes that's difficult to answer in a chat. I will do my best. Brent, can you explain this grammar? I don't know its name to search about. So do I. So am I. Neither does she. Neither is she. For example, nature isn't in a hurry. Oh man. I would say, okay, so if you don't know the name to search, you would say neither do I. All right, I hope that helps. Woo, bit of a tricky grammar question. But if somebody says, I don't know the name to search up, we sometimes say search up, you can say, I'm sorry, neither do I. Neither do I. Or you could say, she doesn't either. She doesn't either. She doesn't either. Hopefully that helps. Henry is asking, Alex. Hold off on. What's this mean? Alex is wondering, hold off on. Oh, to hold off on. That means to delay. That means to delay. So 4th of July, the United States. A lot of people have barbecues where they go out or maybe stay in, invite family over, and just cook things on a grill, on a barbecue grill. Maybe if it's raining in the afternoon, you can say, hey, we're gonna hold off on that barbecue and we will wait until tonight when the rain stops. We're gonna hold off on that, meaning to delay. You will eventually, this is a big word here, but very necessary. You will eventually have that barbecue. You're just gonna delay it. You're just gonna hold off on having that barbecue. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Zubaida, I think it's talking to Sunshine. Okay. Asma is here. Welcome, Asma. Welcome. Mirza is asking, Canadian English, is it really difficult from American English? It's not difficult, and maybe we could say different too. So American English and Canadian English, and if you go over to Bob the Canadian's channel, which I will do after my chat ends, you can hear how a typical American, myself, speaks compared to a typical Canadian. That would be Bob the Canadian. So our speech patterns are very similar. There is a slightly different accent, but other than that, we use almost all the same idioms, all of the same slang, for the most part. Not a lot of difference. Mega is wondering, what is the coolest letter in the alphabet? I don't know. I'm a big fan of W. I'm a big fan of W. It's kind of cool. So my opinion, W. Yeah, probably the best. Q is a little weird. Q, it almost wants to be an O, but then you put a little slash. Q is weird. I mean, I don't want to hurt Q's feelings, but if I had to pick a letter that was a little weird, it would be Q, and my favorite would be W. What's your favorite? Even though W is more like a double V. I don't know why we don't call it a double V. It's a W. Okay, Gleb, yes. All right, let me copy this here. Hold up. Did I answer that? Hung up on. Oh yes, Gleb asked a question in the comments about hung up on. You already answered me about the meaning of hung up on, but it seems there is another meaning and context with that conversation. Maybe in meaning to linger on something. Yeah, did I not mention that in the video? If you are hung up on somebody, well, you can be kind of in love with them. If you're hung up on them, that means you can't stop thinking about them. You're hung up on them. If that's what you're meaning, that, yes, there is another. But or anything that you have a problem with, you sometimes, what's your hang up? What's your hang up? Yeah, hang is a very difficult one. What's your hang up? A lot of different. So a hang up could be a problem as well. So it could be that you really like that person, that you're hung up on them, or if you have a hang up with them, it means you have a problem. Look at it, Zobeida, I'm not alone. She hates Q also. That's what I'm talking about. I wish we could just eliminate Q from the alphabet. All right. Yeah, Dwayne, a great question. When I'm not talking online, in a live stream, I often say gonna. Like I'm gonna go to my brother's. In this live stream, I try to enunciate a little more just because I know most people are learning English and it would really help them if I enunciate. But, and I think, did I say I'm gonna go up to my brother's? I might have said that. So we often say that, I'm gonna. Gonna go out. I'm gonna go to sleep. Absolutely. Dwayne, we say it all the time. Gonna, woulda, shoulda, coulda, wanna. I want an ice cream right now. I'm thinking of doing a different video this week where Jamie and I will go to the store, get a couple Ben & Jerry's ice creams, and then try them for you. Because there was some discussion. I don't think she's in here now. Man, I can't remember. She's from Ukraine. But we were talking about ice cream and fudgy, what fudgy means. And there were a couple other terms. But I think that if we try the ice cream for you and we talk about peanut butter too, Eugene's not in here right now from Ukraine, but we talked about peanut butter. It could be a good video. Could be a good video. All right, I'm sorry, I'm skipping down in the chat. If I missed your question, please ask it again. Ask it again. Mr. Rambo is here. Welcome. Gleb is wondering, I hate being hung up on, yes, let's call her Rachel. I hate being hung up on Rachel. I wish I could just get over her. Maybe she doesn't want to date you. I don't know. But you could be hung up on her. Ugh. Get her out of your mind. Move on. Gleb, you're better off without Rachel. You don't need her. You don't need her. Yeah, beginner. Beginner, welcome. Isn't it double V? Double V in French. So I think we should change it. Instead of W, change it to double V. But we can't even change the English system in the United States. We still use miles. Nobody uses miles around the world. Y'all use kilometers. Y'all. See that? Put in then y'all. Y'all. Raphael, ask me while you still can. Yeah, let's do that. Ask me while you still can. I need to leave, but just ask me while you still can, and then I got to go to my doctor's appointment. That's coming up. That's coming up. Mirza, what is the meaning of breathtaking? Okay, so that literally means to take your breath away. So you might go, it makes you breathe in. So the sky, let's turn this around for a little bit here. I mean, the sky. You could say that's breathtaking. Or if there is a work of art, like, whoa. Or Gleb, if he's hung up on Rachel, maybe he thinks that she is breathtaking. Maybe she's really good looking. Breathtaking. So anything that, it's often good, breathtaking, but it doesn't have to be. I hope there was a pickup truck that just drove by on the next street and has a big American flag. I would love that truck to come down this street and I'll show you. America. America. But I don't know if it will. America. Sometimes we say that to try to be funny. Instead of America, America. All right. Lila had a question. Cruel. I don't think the R is silent in cruel. I will pronounce it though. Cruel. 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 I think the R is in there. Cruel. Cruel. Asma likes the idea of the ice cream. And I wish I could share the ice cream with you, but a lot of the videos I watch on YouTube are of people eating. So I thought, maybe eating some American food, you might like that. Or maybe I'm the only weird one that likes to watch people eat on the internet. But ice cream. Ice cream. Love ice cream. All right, Naima. Naima is wanting some knowledge about the ice cream. And Ben & Jerry's is not made too far from where I live. In fact, a couple years ago, my family and I visited the Ben & Jerry's production plant. The Ben & Jerry's, oh no, the English teacher has forgotten. What is the word? Oh, factory. The Ben & Jerry's factory. We visited that a couple years ago in Vermont. It takes about 4 hours to drive there. All right. Well, Amina, let's do this. I'm gonna change it, okay? So you would say, I hung out. I hung out with my friend yesterday. Yeah, hang is one of those weird ones. Sometimes we do use hanged, but if you hung out with a friend, you say hung out. Yeah, that truck is gone, I think, Asma. That truck is gone. Virslav is wondering, what's the best way to say that you have a crush on somebody? If you say that you have a crush on somebody, everyone will know what that means, at least in the United States. Not sure if it's different in England. I bet it's the same in Canada. But you could say, man, Gleb, I hope you don't mind me using you with this fake person, Rachel. But Gleb might say, man, I'm crushing. Man, I'm crushing hard on Rachel. You could say that. People would know what you're talking about. Man, I'm crushing hard on her. Yeah, there might be some other ways, but that works. Oh, there's some dogs coming out right now. Probably going to be a lot of barking dogs. Whoa. Susanta, I don't know what that means. What is the meaning of peninsulation? I have no idea. And when I copy and pasted that, it actually said it was spelled the wrong way. So I haven't heard of that. A peninsula is almost like that. A peninsula is a little piece of land that comes out from the water, and it has water on 3 sides. If you look at the state of Florida, if you're familiar with a map, the state of Florida is basically a peninsula. But I don't know what that term means. Sorry. Oh, Zobaida is wondering if no, that was just an example. I do not have a doctor's appointment scheduled. I have a physical scheduled. And a physical is what we call the yearly appointment you make to see your doctor. I have a physical. Back in May, I called my doctor to schedule a physical. And the office said, yeah, we can get you in for a physical October 21st. So, I mean, I'm pretty healthy, but because of the COVID, my original physical was canceled because the doctor's office shut down for a few weeks. So I missed my physical, and now they're all backed up. So they have so many people to fit in that October 21st is the earliest I could get in for my physical. Frank's toe knife, what is going on? Is there a difference between affinity and interest? Not really. But if you say baseball is coming up, the baseball season, you could say, I have an interest in baseball. Means you like it. I have an affinity for baseball. That's more. That means you like it more. So both are you like something, but an affinity is like a special liking for it. So very similar, affinity, a little bit more. I have an affinity for ice cream. I do. I really do. All right, Dwayne is wondering, is there a silent T in asthma? Yeah, I think so. Asthma. Yeah, I think there's a silent T. Not sure why that T is there, but asthma. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know some people with asthma. They have to take an inhaler, that thing, an inhaler. Yes, Mirza. What is the meaning of supersonic? Yeah, the literal meaning, supersonic. Whenever you see sonic, think of sound. So sonic is probably from the Latin and Greek for sound. Super, meaning more than, okay? More than. So supersonic literally means faster than the speed of sound. So a lot of jets will be supersonic, and when they break that sound barrier, there's what's called a sonic boom. That's what we call it. Sonic boom. When something breaks the sound barrier. Barrier meaning like a wall, an invisible wall. So I hope that helps. Jesus is in here. What is going on? Jesus is a gold member, meaning we need to have a video chat soon. We have had one for this month. I think it was about an hour or 45 minutes, but I would like to do another one. And I know Jesus, it will be after 7 o'clock. So sometime this week. Yeah, Jesus, exactly right. Think of a plane zooming by and you hear that boom, that sonic boom. Street Fighter, sonic boom? I didn't know that, Mr. Rambo. I didn't know that. Spelling. Uh-oh, I don't know what that word is. What is that word, Jesus? And I have spoken to Jesus. Jesus is a very good English speaker. Very good. Very good. All right. All right. Isadora, how are you? We saw each other on Hello Talk. Welcome. Sonic the Hedgehog, right? That little guy. I'm a little bit too old to play Sonic the Hedgehog. My brother, who is 5 years younger than I am, right when Sonic came out, I think I was just a little too old to play Sonic the Hedgehog. He loved it though. I don't know if he still plays it, but back in the 80s, right? Didn't Sonic the Hedgehog originally come out in maybe 89, maybe 90? Yeah, beginner, I agree. English is not a piece of cake. It is very difficult. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged, which is the opposite of encouraged. Don't be discouraged when you see, oh, I learned English in a month. No, that's impossible. You may have learned how to say hello, goodbye, please, thank you, where's the bathroom, can I have a beer? But English takes years and years to become good at it. Back in the day, I would listen to, I don't even know that band. See, that's how old I am, Brian. I don't even know that band. I'm so old. Gleb. Don't give up. Great advice right there. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. Don't give up. What does catch up mean? Catch up. There's a dumb joke in English. Dumb joke. Catch up. I can't even remember it, but it has something to do with squashing a tomato and saying ketchup, like we put on maybe hamburgers or French fries, ketchup. But what does catch up mean? And that means that you are behind in something and then you have to get caught up. So let's say you have a big test on Friday. I always use this example. Let's say you have a big test on Friday. And on Monday, you say, I am going to study every day to get ready for that test on Friday. But Monday, you should have studied, but you didn't. You found better things to do. On Tuesday, you should have studied, but you didn't. So on Wednesday, you now have to catch up. You wasted 2 days. You only have Wednesday and Thursday to get ready for that test. You have to catch up. You have to spend maybe longer amount of time studying. Not a good way. Not a good way. Oh, Brian. Oh, it's not a band. It's a whole genre. Genre. That's a weird word to say in English. Almost as weird as the letter Q. Genre. Genre. It is definitely French. And I had an English teacher in the 7th grade, and she would say genre. And for about 2 years, I said genre too. And people were making fun of me. No, it's genre. Genre. So, genre. Genre. Look at that, Susanna. Yes. If you are falling behind, you need to catch up. Yes. Nicely done. Gleb. There is a plane. Hopefully you can hear some birds too. I don't think that plane is supersonic. It sounds like it's a little bit slower than the speed of sound. Oh, Rod, what an amazing question right here. This is a good one. And I'm sorry, if I missed your question, and it might be amazing, please ask it again. I will try to get to it. So what is the difference between an appointment and a walk-in? You might hear this for doctor's office, or you might hear this for the hairdresser, which I cut my own hair. Can you tell? I don't have a whole lot of hair up here. I cut my own hair. But if I needed to go to the hairdresser or to the barber, both words, hairdresser is a little fancier, you could just walk in. That means you just show up, and then you might have to wait, but you could walk in. And on some doors, it will say walk-ins welcome. Walk-ins, I think there's a hyphen there. Walk-ins welcomed. Meaning, yeah, come on in. There might be a line in front of you. We don't say queue in the United States. Maybe because we hate the letter Q, we just say you have to wait in a line. But an appointment means at 2 o'clock, you have talked to somebody, maybe on the phone, or you made an appointment on the internet, show up at 2 o'clock, that person should be ready to cut your hair. Everybody who just walked in is going to have to wait. I hope that helps. Great question, great question. Henry is saying, I wish I could hear a sonic boom in my life. I have heard a couple. It sounds like thunder. And it's kind of weird because the sky will be, blue, and then you hear a boom. When I lived in Alabama, sometimes you could hear the space shuttle re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. And sometimes there would be a sonic boom. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. All right. Yeah, Jesus. The barbershop. A lot of times guys will go to the barbershop. Women will go to the hairdresser. Not always. But no walk-ins today. Yeah, they might have that on the door because they're just too busy with appointments. So the appointments will come first. Thank you, sir. All right. Henry, oh, I envy you? That's pretty cool. Maybe one day you'll hear it. I'm surprised Indonesia has so many people, and I would imagine so much air traffic, but all right. Looking for another question that I missed. Oh, Lila, I'm not sure about this question. Can tell. I can tell. Oh, can tell. So if you use can tell, maybe somebody, right when you walk in the room, they have a sneer on their face. A sneer. A sneer would be like this. Sneer. Maybe they have a sneer on their face. You could say, ooh, I can tell by the look on your face that you are upset. I can tell by the look on your face you're upset. I can tell. I hope that helps. There are many ways to use I can tell. Let's say you're looking at the sky and maybe it starts to get cloudy. You could say, ooh, I can tell it's going to rain today. I can tell. So it's almost like you're predicting the future or you're seeing something that's not obvious. I hope that helps. Hope that helps. Now I'm going to skip down and find a couple more questions. Hope I haven't missed your question. Please ask it again. Mr. Rambo is wondering, have I seen a tornado or a twister? And those are the same. A tornado is a twister and a twister is a tornado. So yes, I have. And Jamie and I, my wife, if you're new here, if you're new, think about subscribing so you never miss another live stream. My wife and I are thinking about doing a video telling a story of when we had a house destroyed by a tornado. It's a little complicated because we weren't living in the house at the time. My wife inherited the house from her grandmother. Her grandmother passed away and she inherited this house. There was a man living in the house, a family friend, and the house was destroyed. We had to fly down during the school year to get the house insurance and all that. But I have, I've never witnessed a tornado. I have seen a funnel cloud before the tornado formed, a funnel cloud that never touched down on the ground. But, so we will tell that story someday soon, I hope. Yes, Lila, you are welcome. Naima is talking about taking notes. Mirza might be taking notes. I know Naima takes a lot of notes. Mr. Rambo, that was an incredibly sad story. Incredibly sad with the tornado. It did kill quite a few people. It happened on April 28th, 2011. If you want to look it up, it happened in Alabama. My wife is from a town called Pleasant Grove. And it was destroyed. It was destroyed. Yeah, very sad. But a lot of places in the South were destroyed that day. Just an epic amount of tornadoes that went through that area. Went through. I made a video of me crawling through my car that Rod from Brazil mentioned not too long ago. Rod also said no grace period. Yeah, no grace period. If you have to pay to park, let's say you paid for 1 hour of parking in that parking spot. No grace period means that you could get a ticket at 1 hour and 1 minute. A grace period would be a little forgiveness. So if you were late an hour passed, and you were late to your car, you may get a 15-minute grace period. They won't give you a ticket for 15 minutes as long as you move or pay for another hour. So, grace period. Uh-oh, Raphael. I'm sorry, I might be missing some questions here. Raphael. I got you. I think I saw it right up here. Raphael always asks some great questions. All right. Can you explain why is I can still run and why is, well, you still can. I can still run. I'm not sure, but if you say I can still run, it makes me think of maybe like an older person or they have had some kind of injury to their leg, and you say, I can still run. It's not that bad. But if you want to ask somebody a question, maybe they might say, oh, I got to run. It doesn't actually mean they're running. That's a slang way to say, I need to leave. I'm sorry, I got to run, but I'll be back. It does not mean, it might not mean running. It could mean they have to, like we sometimes say, I have to run an errand. I have to run an errand. Sorry for the bounce. Jesus, that's pretty generous, he says. That's pretty generous. Susanna is wondering if a tornado or cyclone coming, would you say, no, yeah, you would say it's coming. If you can see it in the distance, you would say a tornado is coming. Yes, a tornado is coming. But, interesting you say that. We might say a storm is rising. So difficult. Yes, a tornado is coming, but a storm is rising. But not a tornado is rising. Great question. Great question, Susanna. Great question. Right. Sir Mirza, I don't think we use this term, to be honest. Stress bester. We don't use that. We don't use that term, stress bester. I don't know, does the stress get the best of you? Does that mean you're like defeated? Stress bester. We don't use that. It's a cool term, but we don't use it. Yeah, Mr. Rambo, sad story. Yeah, I won't get into the whole story. I won't tell the whole story, get into all of that. Get into it. But my friend who is a paramedic, I've talked about paramedics before with the para, meaning next to. Para meaning next to. My friend is a paramedic. And on that day, there were so many injuries. And he told me just absolutely heart-wrenching stories. Heart-wrenching stories. Let me spell that correct. Oh, I thought it was 2 words. I thought it was 1 word. Heart-wrenching stories. Just awful about children being hurt and just awful. Just awful. So if you are in the medical field, I know Gleb is, man, big shout out to you guys. You often risk your life to keep others safe. Aniko, a stress buster? Yeah, we don't use that here. Stress buster. So that makes me think it might be you're trying to help with the stress? Like maybe doing yoga? Could we say that's a stress buster? That could be a British term, but I've never heard stress buster. Stress buster. All right, Henry from Indonesia. By the way, if anybody is in here from Indonesia or you speak Indonesian, I don't have a link, but Henry has added Indonesian subtitles to several of my videos. Rod has added Brazilian Portuguese subtitles. If you are Russian, Eugene from Ukraine has added some Russian subtitles. Hope that works. That link should work. So Henry is wondering, okay, I'm gonna copy and paste it again. If I knew someone lived in which state and I were to ask him or her where they lived or she lived, how should I ask? Yeah, okay, good question. So if you know the state, like I live in Maine, so you could say, where in Maine do you live? And that will let them know you're asking about the city. Or you could say, in which city? Or in which city do you live? Yeah, both of those work. Brian is wondering, am I celebrating Independence Day today? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I might go up to my brother's house. He has a pool. It's not really warm out today. It's a beautiful day. There's no humidity. And we've talked about that term, right? There's no humidity. And it's not even that hot. It's a beautiful day. When I woke up this morning, it wasn't so beautiful. The weather was calling for scattered showers. I mentioned a scattered video this week, scattered. But right now, there isn't even hardly a cloud in the sky. So we might celebrate. Lila, oh, no way. Jesus, and I know which state he lives in. I don't know if he wants everyone to know, so I won't say it. But he lives about maybe 12 hours from me in the United States, 12-hour drive. So he's saying it's boiling. Sorry about that. It's really nice here, really nice here. I don't want to rub it in. I want to do a video on mean phrasal verbs. To rub in will be one of them. But when you have something better than somebody else and you keep reminding them of it, you would be rubbing it in. So if I had a really nice car and my friend didn't, and I kept mentioning, it's too bad you don't have a car as nice as mine, that would be rubbing it in. So I'm not gonna rub it in to Jesus. I won't say any more. I don't want to rub it in. It is a beautiful day here though. So in about 3 minutes, I am going to be hopping over to Bob the Canadian's chat. And if you want to head over there with me, you can. I don't have a link for that. Maybe I can find it. I don't have a link for that, and then if you want to hop back over to this channel, because I will have a video premiere about could, would, and should. The next couple videos will be about could, would, and should, because I know those terms, those words are so difficult. I actually have a link for Bob the Canadian. I'd love to take a couple more questions, and then if this hour of English learning hasn't been enough for you, there's a link to Bob the Canadian's chat, and I will be in that chat too. I don't answer questions because I don't want to steal his thunder. I don't want to take away from his chat. He's answering questions, but sometimes I will no, Jesus, no. I would not say that. Eat your heart. Yeah, Jesus is a very good English learner. Eat your heart out. That would definitely be rubbing it in. I have nice weather. He doesn't. Eat your heart out, buddy. I'm not that mean, Jesus. I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean. Nguyen, welcome back from Vietnam. I think it is very late over there. Isn't it very late? Maybe you're a night owl. Maybe you're a night owl. All right, let's see, a couple more. I'll try to pick a quick one. Oh, Henry, no, this is the opposite. Rod from Brazil uses this term a lot. So Rod is an English teacher in Brazil. And sometimes his students will flake out on him, meaning they won't show up. So it's the opposite. If you stand with someone, that means you have their back. Another slang term. But you may not be standing right next to them, but if someone gives them trouble, you will help them out. Stand with someone. That means you agree with them. Flake out is the opposite. This is like they don't even care. They leave. Flake out. No, opposite. Opposite. Oh, night owl. I am not a night owl, Jesus. I'm not a night owl. I'm an early bird. And I mentioned that in an upcoming video about taking my trash out with coulda, woulda, shoulda. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. And that's a term we often use, Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Shoulda. Beginner. You know my channel before his? That is very rare. That is very rare. Is it 10 o'clock? It's 11 o'clock my time. So I'm going to head over to Bob the Canadian's chat. I want to thank you all for joining. If you're new, you probably want to subscribe. I will be going live next on Tuesday, I think, at some point. Bummer? No, bummer's not a bad word. It just means you're disappointed. Like that picnic you wanted to have, and if it starts raining and you can't have that picnic, you could say, oh, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Henry, thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna, when the early bird catches the worm. This is so fun. I really love doing this with you guys. And Aniko, thank you so much for becoming a member. If you would like to become a member of the channel, let me just throw that link in. It's only $1 a month. I love doing this with you guys. So fun. So Tuesday, Asma, yeah, I like seeing you guys. Naima's got the flowers. We got to go. Thank you so much. I love doing this. You guys are the best. Your English is getting better each time, I'm sure. I'm sure. Hard workers in here. You inspire me to learn my Italian. Thank you guys. We'll see you later.